So let's just get some nice warm air through. Just the first phrase, just big air. Really musical. Did you notice between your first and second note, whoa. Yeah. So maybe what you might want to try is kind of crescendo through it. So. Really nice tone. I mean, you can tell the difference between this mouthpiece and the other one, but you still get a nice sound. All right, so let's just hear it from top to bottom. I may join in on that. Oh, yeah. When you have enough air, you have a beautiful sound. And you have that really crisp to the sound. When I'm doing this, when I first started doing this, these are vocalises, these are sung. I had the same thing that you're doing. I would go to the end of the phrase, even if I didn't have the air. Really, one of the best things that I ever did was, okay, yes, we want to do the phrasing, we want to have it sound like it's sung, but instead of, going that far without taking a breath, you want to take breaths when you need it. And I start with a great note. There we go. to actually have that movement that you were going for. So just take it where you need it. Fill up your tank. God, I wish I could hear you play like that all the time. I mean, because you do have this really classic sound. So, the other thing that I noticed is between your G,
yeah,
you know,
or the yeah, yeah.
So it's just you're overthinking that. So it's you're thinking higher. Just go. Okay, I want you to do that at 14. So if you hit that with more air, you've got good support, you're going to nail it every time. So how would you want to hear this? Yeah. If someone was sitting across from you, say Jeremy was sitting across from you, how would you like to hear that opening phrase? Could you sing it for me? Beautiful. Now, I want you to look at the dynamic. It said piano.
Yeah.
Piano. Then down south too. Piano. You did a solo piano when you sang it. When you were playing it, you were playing an ensemble piano, which is going to clear up 90% of that. So let's go to the first fermata. Play it at a solo piano. That's exactly, and if you approach the rest of it like that, boom, Bob's your uncle. All right, so let's look at the Tyrell one. I'll give you a second to look at this real quick. I'm going to stop this one. Yeah, and actually don't take it that fast right now. So just for right now, so. Very British. I love the Ronald Thomas you put in there. I love the retired TA. Those were very musical, great lines there. How do you feel musicality the rest of it?
The rest of it, I don't change dynamics much. And I was thinking about, especially when we get into a bit of a mode change there, that I always have, especially when it starts major, I always want to go piano, but for some reason I was just trying to sight read.
Oh yeah.
The thing on dynamics.
No, that's fine. So, how would you approach each note? I mean, what type of sound do you want to start with?
I want there to be a good front. I want the notes to be round, but there should still be some separation between them. Except for, there's a few of these parts we get to some of these sequences where it makes a bit more sense to get a bit more God.
Right, right. So, almost, like I said earlier, sort of the British feel, that nice ground. Almost in some parts, sort of string bass like. Okay, let's take it just a touch slower so that we can focus a little on the musicality of it. So, about boom, 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 boom. Okay, stop there. You actually had a lot more musicality to it. I want you to exaggerate it more because of the room being very live. You're not hearing them. So just at the beginning, I like that. It was very, very big, very round, very what we wanted. So just exaggerate that. And especially as we're going up, especially on these scalier, arpeggiated parts, just bigger, bigger, bigger. It helps you get to that peak note that you want. Right through here, these two measures, you nailed those notes. And that area right in there between your F and your B flat is one of those hit and miss areas for you. And you just nailed it. And then when we came back, I don't know if you didn't catch that breath right before that arpeggio, but when you hit that G, it shook a little.
Okay.
And it was just because you didn't have the air to support it. And as you can see, I used to write everything in red so that it would remind me. Okay, so really good. Let's try and get that whole first motive. Right. Big breath. Beautiful. Keep it up. That was beautiful. I mean, you had a couple, squibs, but that's exactly what you want that to sound like. And yes, this is Tyrell. It's technical. It's most people are going to play these too fast. The tempo you were just playing is just a little under what it's originally meant to be at. Yes, it says 84, but we were doing it at about 76. But it's got the feel that Tyrell wanted. He wanted that very bouncy, very full sound. The only thing that I would caution is with more air, you're articulating a little heavier on the first note of each thought. Other than that, bonus. Okay, so let's look at one of the classic pieces. The Vaughan Williams 6 Studies in English Folk Song, which I've always thought should be folk songs.
Yeah.
So, number two. Yeah. Give me your interpretation of this. Better? I really love the dynamic you ended with. When you opened, I really felt like it was really very hesitant. And when you're coming in here, the piano's with you. So you want... And after that, you brought the dynamic up. But you want that first statement to be very... I'm not saying ignore the dynamic, but realize when they went and transcribed this, this was originally written for cello. It was, they took the dynamics down because they thought you would play out too much. So let's try from the entrance. So I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Just some real minor things, like right here. You have 3 of the same notes. You can either go, what I tend to do is boom, 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 and hit the last one heaviest, or you could go boom, boom, back away from it, but they can't all be the
Okay.
same. The other one is right here. You need to make sure that separation between those two are heard. The only other thing is your B flat. And I know you're coming into it, you know, it's, so if you need to cut that quarter note short and just you almost want that to be double forte. So let's just start from the second measure of that stave. Here we go. 1, 2. You have the notes in you, and I noticed what happens.
Yeah.
And I've seen this before. You get geared up, and then you think about it.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but sometimes we just have to get out of our own way. Jacobs used to call it a paralysis through analysis.
Okay.
But other than that, I love how you're doing this. You know what I'd love to hear you try? Just how I took the last part up.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you do from where we started all the way to the end, and I want you to ignore the dynamics.
Okay.
Everything is a forte or above.
Okay.
And just go for it.
Okay.
Okay. When you just go for it.
Yeah.
I don't even need to say it. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to go over? Well, thank you very much for your time.